What is up, guys? We're back with another one. We are going to be taking a look at Anime Vanguards 3.5 leaks, at least the current ones that we have, and be diving into some of my takes.
Lua no céu, clareando a praça, som que ecoa, energia que passa. Menina gira, sorriso no ar, a festa começa, ninguém vai parar.
So as you can see here, they leaked the Maharaga unit. It looks phenomenal. I don't have much to say on that. It is copyright free, but it looks better than the original Maharaga, dare I say. It's very nice looking. They did a really good job with that, and so I'm not too concerned about the DMCA version of potentially Sukuna or Gojo. We got confirmation that it definitely is JJK after this. I mean, we got a code. The code from last update was 223, and that just so happens to be the chapter where Sukuna and Gojo fight each other. So, I mean, like, it's 100% confirmed at this point that JJK is coming out the next update. And just like previous updates, they've leaked the code, the next update in the codes. And so, yeah. I think it's pretty much spot on confirmed that it's going to be JJK. Very beautiful design here. I don't got much to say. Let's talk about the possible units that could be coming in this next update. I want to give some highlights on potential double Vanguard. That could be a thing. I don't want them spamming Vanguards and everything like they have been doing, kind of. But it's okay. I feel like in this situation, when the game is dying and they need more content, you know, a popular anime like JJK, something like that, that's not bad. My guess is that Maharaga will be a secret. Maharaga is probably definitely going to be a secret. And probably not a Vanguard, but if it is, that would be cool. They have confirmed that Maharaga is separate. It's not an Evo. It will not be an Evo, which means it's probably not going to be a part of Gojo and Sukuna, unless Gojo and Sukuna is going to be banner swap, which I pray to God that they don't do that. We already have Gojo and Sukuna in the game. Why would we not Evo? So anyways, I'm definitely hoping that we get a Gojo versus Sukuna and not a Gojo and Sukuna. You feel me? We could potentially get a high-end era Sukuna. That wouldn't be bad.
Moleque pai, é DJ moleque bom. Ele tem experiência, esculacha concorrência. É moleque pai.
I like dick.
É DJ moleque pai, é DJ é DJ moleque bom. Ele tem
Wouldn't complain there. I'd be a little bit annoyed because I invested into Gojo, not Sukuna, but that wouldn't be the worst case scenario. My guess right here is because I think Maharaga is going to be a secret, and it's going to be its own separate thing, that we get high-end era Sukuna. And potentially an upgraded Yuji, where he transforms into a separate secret, where he can become, you know, the improved Yuji, rather than just being a Sukuna merchant. I definitely think we're probably getting a Hikari. He's a fan favorite, especially recently after the new JJK season's coming out. And, you know, potentially Megami. I mean, Megami could be a part. These could be connected. You know what I'm saying? So there's definitely some potential here in terms of unit selection and how they're going to do things. But I kind of want to go on the route of Gojo versus Sukuna. Looking at this, you know, like, Anime Crusaders had this. Even Anime Vanguards themselves did this. So, I mean, I think it's personally really cool. I don't know how you guys feel about it, but dual units are really cool, and I think it's definitely possible, especially for a Vanguard. That'd be very unique. I feel like that's the direction they should go in, but considering this is separate, why would they not have him using Maharaga? So I was thinking probably gonna be this kind of thing, where it's Megami and Maharaga and Hyanera Sukuna. That would be pretty cool, but, you know, we're moving on. Not just some simple item drop, but a unique quest like the Luffy one would be amazing. Yes, we all love just grinding day in, day out on Banner Slop and wasting our time on that. But can we get some more actual fun quest lines like we did last update? I swear to God, if we do anything that's just like some play the stage 10 times, go for the item drop, or something stupid like that. The Luffy quest was genuinely fun to do. Please, Vanguards, why would you, in this day and age, want to do some mindless gambling? I do like gambling, but I feel like, especially how the game is portrayed right now, like we need some things switch up. You know, the Luffy thing was really good. It could have been improved on a little bit, but we definitely need a quest-based system, just like last update. I'm thinking maybe they do something where it's dungeon-based, kind of like the Sungjawu and Ichigo, probably, but like add to that. Don't make it just, you know, get this item dropper. God forbid we do 50 stages again, like Sunjin Woo. I definitely think that this is going to be a free-to-play unit, hopefully. Not going to be good at all. And why would we when there's no holidays coming up or anything? I mean, I guess you could say it's summer. Maybe it's the summer stuff. But I would cry if that's the case. But anyways, let's get into the actual map breakdown on how I think things are going to go down. How I want things to go down, I mean. Then Shinjuku Showdown map. Obviously, that's the arc the battle takes place in, you know. So, I mean, why wouldn't we? Why wouldn't we have that? And for that map, I'm hoping that there's a game mode where you are given a Sukuna unit, or you keep your team, but there's an NPC of a Sukuna unit, where he basically he summons his Shinigami using the 10 shadows on the map to help you, and you have to do that to actually clear the game mode. So there's some strategy based, and it's not just place your best units and win. I think a more sophisticated type system where you actually have to use your brain to play a video game would work better when you're trying to play a video game. That is kind of innovative, huh, in the Big 2-6 to talk about, huh? So we need some actual thought process behind these gimmicks and stuff like that. Otherwise, this game is going to go to the dust. So I just wanted to touch on my thoughts on how I want the passives to look like in this update. I mean, none of these need to be exact, none of these need to be anything close to it. I just want to give my opinion on what I think would be cool to make these units unique. I'm going to start with Sukuna, actually. So, a world cutting slash ability, you know, percentage based attack. I know that's controversial because of Anime Guardians and how that fell off back in the day. But I feel like if you don't abuse it like they did, and you just give it like a 5%, 10% thing, it would scale the unit nicely. It's kind of a cool way of dealing damage, especially when you have all these high DPSs. I don't know. To keep up with the meta, I know that could lead to very unfortunate power scaling and balancing, but I really like that overpower type of passive, especially for a unit that is cool Sukuna. I would love to keep Sukuna in the meta for as long as possible. You know, moving on, we got a summoning system with the Shadows technique. This is like a guarantee. Come on now. If this is not in it, they're just not using their brains. Domain amplification ability, you know how in the show they use their domain amplification, they get stronger or whatever. Something like that, something simple, or it's like every 3 attacks they get stronger, or you press a button and they get stronger. I don't know. I mean, that's an easy one. Quick time black flash ability. This one would be awesome. So basically you place your unit down, and I know it sounds that maybe it doesn't work because some people can have their settings turned off and won't be able to see the ability, but for the people that do, you know, to time it right, you know, to play the game, you can like watch the ability, and if you time it perfectly, you press the black flash ability button at the same time as your unit attacks, boom, it unleashes a black flash. That adds some thought process and timing and thinking. Oh my god. Oh my god. To the game. Wow. Moving on to Maguna, aka Sukuna and Megumi's body. I think it would be cool if we do get like a Maguna unit that he does transform into the Hyanera. I do want the Hyanera Sukuna implemented some way, because if you cap it off at Maguna, then there's no Hyanera. You know what I'm saying? Because they're not going to evolve a Vanguard into a secret later down the line, or another Vanguard. That wouldn't happen. That hasn't ever happened. So that would suck if they don't implement it, because that means he's just never coming to the game. And I think it's one of the coolest forms of Sukuna. I love the forearms and all that action. You know what I'm saying? So I think that they would be missing an opportunity there. They gotta have Maharaga's adaptation wheel have a super cool gimmick, because, you know, it's all about the adaptation. If you lose a match, it will restart to the last wave, kind of like Escanor, giving you a plus 50% damage buff for your entire team or something like that. I think that would be so cool, where it's like, if you lose a stage, you adapt and get stronger, and maybe you clutch up or something like that. Like, and you can choose to not, or whatever. Maybe it gives you a button, an option to not do it or whatever, and you have to like, or maybe you have to cast the ability before you lose, to make sure it happens. Something that doesn't like make it annoying, but also balances out the cool feature. Last but not least, we need some quick time abilities like the Kratos unit from the Battle Pass. I mean, why haven't any games done this yet? What? It should be a quick time event where if you don't time it right, the ability doesn't work. I feel like it should be that scarce. I mean, is that crazy to want some gameplay action into these day and age? Like, why are these tower defense games getting more and more just grind slop? We need some innovation, bro. But anyways, that's literally all I have, so just let me know what you guys think about this. If you guys think I'm literally yapping my head off, just let me know. What are you guys' thoughts on this? Leave it in the comments, I guess.